Where did this incident occur?
I would have to say near the 4-kilometer mark on Silver Skagit Road in Hope.
And what date did this take place?
Not last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before. So it's been
The 8th.
February the 8th. Okay.
February the 8th. That was the Tuesday
It's a
before.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Was it at night or day?
I was day.
Do you recall the time?
I'd say it had to be 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
What were you doing in the area?
We were pleasure driving.
Just going out for a drive?
Going out for drives, busy at the house, so
Mm-hmm.
like let's just get away for a half hour.
Mhm.
Decided to go up there.
Could you just describe the area for me, where this took place?
It was right beside the road, near the bridge at the 4-kilometer mark, just about 20 to 30 feet inside the trees, off the road.
Okay. Now, would you tell me what happened, to the best of your memory?
We were driving, and I was a passenger, and I looked up, like straight ahead. I could see a human figure walking. I could see arms and legs walking, like arms swinging.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe for about 3 seconds, and then it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
It was behind the trees to begin with, but it just disappeared. And I said, there's a man walking in the bush up there. And I said, but he's all dark brown. That's really weird. And he's like, well, where'd you see it? And I'm like, okay, let's go up a little further. I'm like, stop, right here. And that's kind of like the whole incident right there.
And for the record, who was in the vehicle with you? Or were you heading back north?
We were heading back north towards Hope, down the road.
Okay. So you're coming back out?
We were coming back out.
Okay. And it was on the passenger side of the road?
Yes, it was.
What distance would you estimate you were from this oddity when you saw it?
It's hard to judge.
It's just a guess.
Maybe 500 meters?
Mm-hmm. Do you think you were close to it, or was it far away in the trees?
I would say it just came from walking near the road.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just inside the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty far away from me, really.
What color was it?
It's dark brown.
What was your first impression?
It was a man walking.
You thought it was a man?
I thought it was a man.
Was there any particular reason you thought it was a man, or?
Because of the arms and legs.
Mm-hmm. How did you react when you saw it?
I was surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't expect to see anybody walking through the trees at that time of day in winter. And
Mm-hmm.
there's no vehicles around.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was kind of odd.
What was the weather conditions at this time?
Just like today, sunny, clear,
No rain?
no rain.
No fog?
No.
There was nothing to impede your vision at all?
No.
What was it doing?
It was walking. And they were not like small steps. They were big steps.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was, this is kind of how I pictured, like big swinging motion.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're walking in the bush, you're kind of, you're stepping over stuff, and you're not like swinging your arms.
Yeah.
So it
So
looked
it
like
just
a
struck
natural
me-
flow to you?
Oh yeah, it was just like a nice big, long stride walk,
Mhm.
like a man would walk. But the swinging of the arms, I thought was very odd because I don't swing my arms like that when I'm walking through the trees.
How fast was it moving, do you think? Just in comparison to
In
a
comparison
person
to a
walking.
man, I'd say a good walk.
Mm-hmm.
Not slow, but a good. It's hard to say.
You never saw it break into a run or anything?
No, never ran at all.
Okay.
Just walked and disappeared.
Was it hairy?
I couldn't tell. I couldn't see any clothing. I could see no boots, no jacket, there was no clothing. So it was just a solid dark brown.
He wasn't carrying anything or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Did it stand and walk upright?
It was definitely walking on two legs.
Did you ever at any time see it go down on all fours?
No.
How tall would you estimate it to have been?
Definitely a man's height. How tall, I can't say. I'll say 6 feet
Mm-hmm.
from my distance.
Like a good sized man?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
No shorter or
It was
larger?
pretty prominent.
Yeah.
Like you could tell it was like a figure walking.
How much do you think it weighed? Just guessing.
Probably just over 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
How long did you see it for?
maybe 4 seconds.
Did it see you?
No.
Did you notice any facial features at all?
I couldn't see its face. That if I would have seen its face, I would have known it was a man. I'm thinking, you would have seen the light color and.
Did you see the subject from the back, front, or profile?
It was the profile. More so the profile, but like I said, I couldn't make out the face.
Did you notice anything about its eyes, nose, mouth, skin color, etc.?
No, just dark brown, no face, unfortunately.
Could you tell if it was male or female?
No.
Did you notice anything about the arms? How would you describe them?
The arms were very prominent. That's what struck me, I think, first was with the walking movement, the swinging of the arms. Like it was a really, really big swing.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a look at its feet at all?
No, I couldn't see any feet.
What do you think it was?
I think it was a man
Mm-hmm.
that was completely dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me to believe that it wasn't a human man because he would have clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm undecided.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to kind of rationalize what I seen. Like it could be a man if he was in dark brown, but honestly, I think it was maybe something else. Maybe not a man.
Are you bothered by what you saw?
A little bit. I don't think I'd want to go camping overnight or go up there alone at night. Just, it's not a good feeling.
Uh-huh.
And I live so close to the incident. I was out here last night and he kept saying, there's a Sasquatch. And I just would like drop and you just can't do that. Like, so I guess I'm scared. I'm
Uh-huh.
scared of what I see. Yes.
All right. In your own words, just describe the story to me again. What happened, the circumstances, and what exactly you saw.
Well, I was leaving to go back to Vancouver, and we just wanted some peace and quiet. So we left the house, went for a drive up Silver Skagit Road, and we got to a little washout on the road. So we turned around, and we're heading back down. And near the 4-kilometer mark, I just was a passenger in a truck, and I looked up ahead, and I could see somebody walking through the trees, like behind the trees, just off to the side of the road. And for maybe like 4 seconds. And then it kind of computed that this person was wearing, or was like all dark brown, and I couldn't see any clothing or a face or, like a shirt or anything. So I kind of just was a little puzzled at what I seen. Why is there somebody walking in the bush here, all dark brown, and there's no vehicles around? There's not near any civilization or anything. And so my fiance asked me, well, where did you see it? And I said, well, pull over here. It was right in here. And we got out and looked for tracks. Couldn't really see anything. It was wet, so we decided to leave and come back maybe at a later time and have a good look around.
And you found no tracks or anything like that when you went looking?
Well, he's seen one hole about this size, but it was round. That was the only real kind of hole in the grass or the leaves that we seen. But like I said, we didn't really look around that well.
Have you ever made a report like this to anybody in the past?
No.
Have you anyone that you know has ever had a sighting like this and made a report in the past?
No.
Did you report what you saw to anybody except us here present?
I reported to a site from a lady. She was in the States, apparently, in California. It was
Bobby
another
Short.
site. Yeah. Well, when I looked up online, it just, a lot of them said report it here. So there's 3 sites I think I reported. Yours, hers, and maybe yours?
Oh, it probably
sites?
is. I don't have
Yeah.
I have the emails to check, but
Okay.
yeah.
But you didn't report it to the RCMP or anything
No,
like that?
no.
All right.
Never thought of that.
We always just carry on. Sir, would you identify yourself over there?
My name's Terry Carlson.
Gary Carlson? Okay, and you're her fiance.
That's correct, yeah.
What? Now, I know you didn't see anything.
Well, where she saw it, she said it was heading, I guess it was heading west, down that creek.
South, probably.
Or maybe south. It was heading this way, right? More that direction. That creek comes down this way, right? Along the side of just on the other side of Silver Skagit. But anyways, we drove past it because she said, it was heading that way in the bush. So I'm not going to go to exactly where it was. I'm going to try and get ahead of it and see if we can see anything in the bush, eh? Mm-hmm. So we got up ahead of it there, and there's a nice big, like there's a lot of runoff that comes down in there. That's why that slide and all that was in there. So there's really nice gravel highways coming down off the side of that hill. Mm-hmm. Snow had come down the night before, and it had been raining heavy down below. So all the animals, everything gets shoved down into the bottom of the valleys, right?
He's the hunter.
So we shot out ahead and got up to this corridor, and I seen, how you see movement, eh? Well, I seen movement just heading out off the end. I knew something headed up there. What it was, I have no idea. I didn't get a good enough look at it or whatever, eh?
When you saw something, was that after you had stopped, or was that when she saw it?
She saw it set up there, so we went. She's like, "It's right here," and I said, "No, we're gonna keep going here, past to see if we can see where it's traveling, eh? Catch up to it." And that's when at the end there, it's like seeing something move off in the bush back there, gone, right? You know something was there, but it was a bear. What was it? Yeah, it was brownish color. But that was all I got. It was just like a going off.
Basically a flash of something moving through the trees.
Right.
Yeah. That seems to be the...
So was it at this time, excuse me, that you guys got out of the vehicle to take a look around?
That's when we got out and we headed in.
Yeah.
And I found something that, it's pretty hard rocky ground in most places there, and that's probably where it was walking. But we found one spot just off the side there where there's a tractor about that size. I think that's a little small for a Bigfoot, but that's what was there. So other than that, I didn't see any other sign. But like I said, there's gravel highways that come down there, and they're all dry when it's raining and shit like that. Like there's only a couple of places where the water comes down. So I imagine all kinds of stuff is walking up and down there all the time.
How close to the 4 kilometer sign was it?
Well, we can take you up there.
Yep.
Show you.
Okay.
When you went in to look around, you're a hunter. What did you get a feel for in that area? You count on your instincts. Is there anything here? Is there nothing here?
Right. So there definitely was something was hanging around. Even a cougar can be watching you from the bush, and you get that.
Did you find it was quiet after we went in there?
Something's looking at me. What's that?
Did you find it was quiet after we went in there?
Yeah, there was
Besides
no
the
birds
creek.
or nothing
Besides
like
the
that
creek,
chirping
yeah.
or anything. But I never really heard
See,
anything before that either.
I was hoping we'd hear something walking even, because we can usually do that when we're hunting deer and stuff. You can hear a branch snap, but we didn't hear anything.
You'd be
It was
absolutely
dead
amazed how big animals can go through dense bush and not make a noise.
Like elk and moose, they can just go, you won't even hear them.
It happens all the time.
2,000-pound animal just rolls right by, and you don't even see them.
So what's your opinion of what was seen?
Well, I believe in Bigfoot and all that kind of stuff. I think there's lots of stuff around. I mean, we've only touched probably 40% of the landmass here in BC. And we haven't even walked on the rest of it, so who knows what's hanging around. There's tons of feed around here. If he's an omnivore, then he's got lots of food all year round. So it wouldn't be hard to support a population in the mountains. I just wonder why nobody's ever shot one or something, eh?
Well, there have been cases where they've been shot at. They have not been brought in. Yeah. A few cases where people have reported hitting one, but again, the body's not.
But I know. I ask people about it now, and they're like, you know what? Actually, now that you ask, I do have a story of my uncle. I've heard lots of stories about hydro line guys and stuff like that. They're down at the river having lunch and all, and just you see something crawling up the screen on the side of the river. The hell is that?
I still get letters today from guys that work Hydro phone company in Hope. It used to be Pacific Northwest phone company or something before BC Tel. And they tell me stories about back in the 20s in Hope going up to these microwave towers and that and finding strange footprints in the snow and everything, you know.
There's lots of stuff around that we don't know. I mean, look, they're going into the Congo and all that now, and the Amazon, and they're finding new species all the time. You know, they found 35 different species of monkey and ape and that going into some of the African forests and that. Now that we have the technology to get in there, right? So there's lots of stuff around that we don't know about.
I'm curious about you're not really prepared to say that it was a Sasquatch you saw.
It wasn't a man.
It just walked like a man, but it was dark brown. So, you know, my gut's probably saying it was a Sasquatch, but because I couldn't see its face and head to really identify it, it could have been a guy wearing all dark brown like you today, but there was just no.
I walk.
You see,
I don't walk. You know, I walk like that.
No, you don't swing your arms.
You're not creating momentum. For
Not in the
myself.
bush. I know.
Yeah.
I would. Like I think I'm a believer. But if I would have seen its head or lack of a face, like a white face or something, I'd be more say, yeah, it definitely was an animal because it had no, you know, really
So it
human
was basically
face.
in profile when you saw it. You never saw the back of it or the front of it.
Like if you're looking, it was kind of like this, and it's gone.
And you said when you saw it, was it still walking away in the same direction?
Yeah, from behind. It was going up into the mountain, right? So it came. I think it just came down to that nice corridor there.
Do you think it was tall?
No,
was it
it was
low?
it was bigger than I was. Whatever it was just. But like I said, it was just like if you just look
Should've
back
looked
there,
better.
something was disappearing into the
Stayed
bush.
looked more.
You ever had that happen to you? Right, something's in there, right? Kind of like when you're chasing a moose or something, you just see his ass
And
going
it's
into the
gone.
bush. You know,
Yeah.
Just a glimpse of color.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But you know there was movement there.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have to say, yeah, it must have been a Sasquatch because what's a guy walking up there and then taking off up at the hill for?
Moving that quick and
Like-
leaving no sign. I was in the army for a few years. I know what tracking men and stuff is all about, and that was
What regiment?
RCR.
Oh, good. PPC alive, myself.
Oh yeah, well you know I won't hold it against you.
That's okay. We never borrow the chicken runners.
That's right.
okay.
Run chicken runs, what they used to say all the time. Yeah. Pick please, yeah.
Please protect Canada's little Indians.
Yeah, that's right.
Ping pong champions of Long Island. Usually.
Yeah, but it was something.
Yeah,
was definitely
something. So there's got to be some kind of track, right?
Yeah.
Till you shoot one or drop one.
Well, we're
it's-
gonna have another look around today, and we'll go out and have a look. But
I really want to pinpoint the exact spot, though.
Yeah, so do I. Because I went out there to have a look around last Saturday, and all I knew it was somewhere between.
Did you see the slide? Was the washout still there?
Oh yeah.
Well,
And-
so
Okay.
you turn around the washout and come back, and as soon as you can look down the straight stretch and it starts going around the corner.
Yeah.
Right on that straight stretch, and just before you hit the corner, there's
Yeah.
a nice big corridor that goes up through the bush there.
Yeah, we saw that, and we also saw the whaleback, which is the sort of like dike between the old dry creek there, right beside the road. But you were saying it was very close to the 4 kilometer sign mark.
Well, why don't we just take you up there?
Yeah.
And show you?
And it was high
Sounds
too.
like
Like
fun.
you see this mound of dirt. It was walking up high. Like it was eye level where I was. Like it wasn't down.
Right.
Walking on the ground. It was. Like it goes up like on a bank. It was on top of the bank. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to pinpoint exactly where that bank is.
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Well, let's
Because
go
we
ahead.
were
You done
yeah.
with this?
All right.
Okay.
guys to get down here more. Right in front of Terry, right there. Right on the high ground there, walking that way.
In front of that big tree?
To the right of that big tree.
Okay. Oh, okay. See, where I misunderstood was when you first told the story. When the first time, I thought you were kind of driving that too, and you were looking out to the right of the car, and you saw it moving like that.
No, I was back there.
Okay.
Back there, but I could see from back there where I seen it all.
And and what you saw was it moving in.
Yeah, it was moving this way.
Okay.
But it was right on that side of the tree.
Oh, so you saw it go down and up in that area.
Yeah, I can go stand. I think we're exactly where I seen it.
Okay. Where's that 4 kilometer sign? Ah, yeah, okay.
We were sitting just around that corner up there,
Right,
right? Line of sight straight here,
right.
right? If you come up here, virtual highway back here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they call a whaleback. It's like a dike.
Yeah.
Now, this is where she saw it. Where was it that you saw
Down
it?
here.
Okay.
So she saw it here, so I ripped down there because the whaleback runs down beside the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can see it's a 4-lane highway for animals.
Okay.
That's pretty solid, tough ground.
Mhm.
It'd be a miracle to see any sign of anything here.
And Lisa, when you saw it, was it like on this side of this big tree or where you are?
I see where I am back here.
Okay. Okay, no wonder. Okay, that makes sense.
It's up high,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, was it right on the whaleback or on the other side?
you know what? Because it was walking this direction. I don't think it was right here. It was over there.
Ah,
Okay?
yeah.
He disappeared, so maybe this is...
Well, I think if you jump down there, you would tend to disappear, that's for sure.
He was walking in this direction, so
Uh-huh.
it just doesn't make sense to me. So maybe it was on that side, right there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's with, we're very close anyway.
Yeah.
We're very close.
But that big tree was between you and it? That's a good reference point
It was
right there.
definitely on this side of the tree.
Okay.
Like I'm looking straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it might be on that side this way.
Okay.
Let me just
And I
make
saw
sure
it
can
over
see
here.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Up at the end there's almost like a little highway that runs up. There's a big boulder and you just
Mm-hmm.
it's gone. Yeah, you can see. I mean, it's a freaking highway in there,
It's
right?
a trench.
It's a good position to shoot from.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what they used to show us what the Russians used to do.
Yeah.
That big long one.
That's it, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this tree, I'd say, within here.
Yeah, and when you were back there, just past beyond where our car is, around that corner there.
Straight up there.
It was like straight ahead. So
Okay.
high.
Okay.
If it was on that side,
And when you saw it, you were a little closer. You kept coming.
Yeah, well, we shot past it.
Yeah. Broken stick? Broken walking stick? Yeah, looks like it.
yeah, it was heading off like in this direction.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. All right. I see. So you basically saw it when it crossed that.
At the end of that,
Mhm.
heading up. Basically coming up this old logging road here.
This is where we came the other day when it was all wet, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, right up the end there. Whew, gone. So anywhere within this area from the pickup,
It wouldn't have been visible.
Here.
It wouldn't have been visible to me in here. It was over there
Uh-huh.
when I seen it walking, but it was walking this direction.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
by the time we got here, I did see something.
It's course, yeah. So that would give you time to come down this way
It's like a nice
to
little
this
path over
point.
there.
Yeah, and it traveled from about where that tree is down to the end of that point by the time you got
yeah,
here.
he probably come through,
Yeah.
come out, broke out into here, and then just took off up
That's
the road.
pretty good going.
Well, it's
To come
easy.
through there at that speed.
Easy walking, eh?
Yeah.
Creek's right down there.
And all dry creek beds, eh?
Mm-hmm. Everywhere along here. Yeah.
But you can see, you know what I'm talking about now, eh?
Yeah.
And it was pretty much just like this. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and and I could just see how it's lit up back there, just in that hole there.
Mhm.
That's where I saw it. That's how I knew something moved through. Something went through the light. Eh?
I can't see much back
You know,
there.
it's too bad this is such a high, hard ground. You could drive an ATV through there.
Oh, you never see it.
I'm not saying this has anything to do with it, but strange footprints found here. Watch your step. Print number 1, Coke bottle in it. I don't suppose you guys got a measuring tape on you. I got one in the car.
Is this the first one?
Yeah. Well, the first one that was noticeable. Yeah.
I thought there was another one that was much
Well, there could be that one. That looks like there might have been one. But there's one, though, for the good ones, the good three are right down here.
What interests me is the stride from there,
Yeah.
right here, to that step right there.
Yeah.
Is like this. That's right. Oh shit. You gotta go like that to match it. And unless it's my imagination, this looks wider here around the toe area than in the ball, and that's typical for Sasquatch.
Here looks very much like that.
Yep.
It's much wider on the toe line, and
Well, this is the best example of that right here.
Yeah, this one's no doubt. And it's old.
yeah, that's the interesting one.
Stalactites.
That's the interesting
The
one.
ice isn't even broke. That's formed since the track was made.
But it's a bit tarsal this far back.
Can be. It was on the.
Well, that's
All
one
I
thing that
got was
bothers
a
me.
heel in that picture
Well,
that
yeah,
you found.
that looks like a heel print there.
You would
It
think.
does. It does look like. That's
can't
why
account
this,
for that.
Yeah.
That's right.
And on that track that I got that you said,
unless he did the old, heel down, and for some reason like that, I don't know.
No, I don't think.
I don't know.
but then you think you would see it through here.
Is that? Maybe not a mid-tarsal break. Is that solid, hard ground there? A rock
No,
or
it's
something?
it would be pretty soft here if it wasn't frozen right now.
And the mid-tarsal break, if you remember, in that track that Jerry pointed out where the toes pressed, but not the rock,
Yeah.
that wasn't never flattened at all. It's like that was in clay mud. It's like it cupped its foot and rolled right over it.
Yeah.
And Meldrum showed in 2005 in the Patterson film, when Patty's taking a step, her foot curled like that too, just before touching the ground. I don't know why it does it, but this is it gets me. I can't see this being boot. Your area through here is like Jerry's, like mine, like Barry's, and the toe right through this part. Look how little round it is.
Yeah. Has Barry,
this fucker
Barry
goes
gone
all
to get
the-
his camera?
I told him to go get it.
Did you tell him to get a measuring tape at the same time?
No.
I'll go get that.
That should be photographed. Then I'm going to go down and I'm going to look
All
where
three
you
of
and
them
me
have.
walked the other day, because that was in loamy soil. We made good tracks.
Yeah. I can make stills from this video actually, so.
I want good pictures.
Okay. Here.
He's got a tape. You got a tape, don't you, Tom?
Oh yeah, it's in my pack in the truck. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's worth going to get it.
Shit, I
Wait till
agree.
it gets any darker.
Which